Okay, we got Lenny and George, main protagonists. They're sitting around at their little hangout spot, and George is all like, "Hey, if anything bad goes wrong, then you come back here, and then we'll, chill out and talk about our dreams." And that's what they usually do. And so, um, George, little guy, sharp, uh, angular little body, and speedy and stuff. Really, really shapeful. And Lenny really not. Big fat guy. And so anyway, other characters. They work on a farm, and on the farm they got characters that are very mean, and you got Carlson, and Carlson he shoots this old guy's dog, and the old guy's name is Candy, and Candy loves this dog, and he would rather shoot the dog, and so the dog dies, and he's sad, and so he curls up, and he's sad, and then but Carlson's like, whatevs, I'm Carlson, I'm cool. And then there's another guy, and his name's Curly, and he's like, I was a boxer, and I'll fight people, and he's tiny, and he doesn't like people that are bigger than him, and so he goes on a rampage, and he starts falcon punching Lenny, and Lenny's all, oh, I don't want to get hit in the face, tell him to stop, George. And then George is all like, get him, Lenny. And he's like, I don't want to. And he's like, get him, Lenny. He's like, I don't want to. He's like, get him, Lenny. And then Lenny's like, okay. And then Lenny freaks out, and then right when Curly's about to land the final knocking out falcon punch, he grabs his hand, and he like squeezes it, and he's freaking out, and he's all ah, and then George is all like, stop it, and he's like, no, and then he's like, really, stop, and he's like, okay. And then so like there's Curly, and his hand is all like bleh, it's all gross, and they say, hey, we're gonna make fun of you if you tell on us, so you got a caught in a machine. And so he's like, okay. And then there's Slim, and he's just cool, he doesn't serve much of a purpose. And then there's Crooks, and he just kind of, he chills out in his little room all day, and he's all lonely, and he doesn't like people because people don't like him, and he just does like Tai Chi in his room all day, and he kind of makes friends with Lenny. And then there's Curly's wife, and she doesn't have a name. She's like Cher, but even more minimalist, and so she just kind of, she's like there and all pretty and all that stuff. And then Lenny, he likes soft things, and then she's like, hey, my hair's all soft, do you want to touch my hair even though everything you touch dies? And he's all like, yeah. And then so he's like, oh, I'm gonna touch her, and then she dies, and he runs off, and he's like, I done a bad thing. And then he tells George all about the bad thing he done, and George is like, it's cool, dude. And then he's like, okay, let's go to our farm, and George is all like, okay, let's do it. And so he shoots him, and yeah, that's it.